Loki, the Trickster, and the birth of monsters. In the vast pantheon of Norse gods, no figure is as puzzling, unpredictable, or dangerous as Loki. Unlike Odin, who symbolizes wisdom, or Thor, who represents strength, Loki stands for something far more chaotic: uncontrolled intelligence, mischief, and the thin line between creativity and destruction. Loki's dual nature. The Vikings never saw Loki as purely evil. He was clever, charming, and often helpful to the gods. Many times he saved Asgard with his sharp mind. He tricked giants, solved impossible problems, found ways out of disasters caused by his own mistakes. But Loki's intelligence was also poisonous. He could not stop himself from pushing boundaries. His jokes became dangerous. His tricks became deadly. And eventually, he became the architect of the gods' downfall. Loki was the god of fire, chaos, and shape-shifting. One moment he could be a handsome man, the next moment a salmon, a fly, or even a mare. His ever-changing form symbolized something the Vikings deeply understood. Chaos is always present, and it can never be fully controlled. The giantess Angrboda, the mother of monsters. Loki's darkest chapter began when he formed a secret relationship with a giantess named Angrboda, whose name means the one who brings sorrow. Together, they had 3 children, and none of them were normal. 1. Fenrir, the wolf who would kill a god. Fenrir wasn't just any wolf. He grew at a terrifying speed, becoming larger and more powerful than any creature the gods had ever seen. His eyes burned with intelligence and hatred. Even the Allfather Odin knew Fenrir would one day kill him. The gods feared the wolf so much that they tricked him into allowing himself to be chained. Twice they used large iron chains. Twice Fenrir shattered them like dry branches. Finally, the dwarves created a magical ribbon called Gleipnir, made from impossible things. The sound of a cat's footstep, the beard of a woman, the breath of a fish, the roots of a mountain, the spit of a bird, a bear's sinew, soft as silk, strong as eternity. Fenrir sensed the trap, but when the gods mocked his courage, he agreed. On one condition: one of them must place a hand in his mouth as a guarantee. Only the brave god Tyr stepped forward. When Fenrir realized he had been deceived, he clenched his jaws and bit Tyr's hand off. The gods chained Fenrir to a rock, but the wolf waited, and grew, and his hatred grew with him. 2. Jörmungandr, the world-serpent. Loki's second child was even more terrifying, a serpent so enormous that Odin threw it into the ocean to get rid of it. But the monster did not drown. It grew, and kept growing until it circled the entire world, biting its own tail. The Vikings called it Jörmungandr, the world-serpent. Whenever the serpent moved, the oceans shook. Whenever it twisted, storms rose. Prophecies said, one day, Thor will fight this serpent, and neither will survive. This is why the Vikings believed the sea was alive, because beneath the waves, the world-serpent slept. 3. Hel, the queen of the dead. Loki's third child was a daughter named Hel, whose body was half alive and half dead. Her skin was normal on one side, rotting and decaying on the other. Odin saw that she was destined for the underworld, so he cast her out of Asgard and gave her a kingdom, Niflheim, the land of cold and shadows. There she ruled over those who died of sickness, those who died of age, those who died without glory. To the Vikings, dying in battle meant going to Valhalla. But dying an ordinary death meant going to Hel's realm. This is where the English word hell comes from. Hel's hall was said to be filled with cold winds, long nights, and the sighs of the forgotten. Her throne was made of knives. Her plate was hunger. Her knife was starvation. She ruled without mercy. The prophecy of doom, the children of Loki. All 3 children were connected by a single terrible prophecy. When Ragnarok comes, Loki's children will rise and destroy the gods. Fenrir would break free and consume Odin. Jörmungandr would unleash poison into the sky and kill Thor. Hell would open the gates of the dead and send an army of lost souls. Each child represented a force the Vikings feared greatly. Uncontrollable violence, Fenrir. The destructive power of nature, Jörmungandr. The inevitability of death, Hel. And Loki, the father, stood at the center of it all. From mischief to madness, Loki's slow transformation from trickster to villain began with a single event that shook Asgard. The death of Baldur, the most beloved son of Odin. Baldur's death would change Loki forever. And it would set the world on a path toward Ragnarok,